What's going on, guys? I know I haven't been uploading my a lot, but I'm gonna be starting to upload more going into the playoffs and stuff. And in this video, I just wanna recap what was sometimes a bad season for the Penguins, but ended up as one of their best seasons in recent memory. So, as you can see, the Pittsburgh Penguins, we finished 37, 16, and 1, set with 77 points, and first place in the East, the Mass Mutual East Division, which is insane. We haven't won the division in like half a decade. Yeah. So our season was really defined by injuries right here. Injuries. We had so many injuries. First, it started with like what it seemed to be our whole defense, and then a few of our top 6 guys and most of our depth guys, and we just had players cycling in and out of the lineup who did very well to keep us steady and get this great record that we had. Another one is our home versus away. We had one of, if not the best, home records in the whole league. Our best home record, I think, ever. With 22, 4-2. Only lost 6 games, only 4 that we didn't get a point in. But then you look at our away record, 15, 12, and 1. It's not awful, but it's not great. That's why it's so important that we got first place in the division to get home ice advantage through at least 2 rounds. Here's our head-to-head matchups against the other teams in the division. First, the Buffalo Sabres. I mean, they had an awful season. We should have went 8-0, but they stole 1 game off of us, and we went 7-1 against them. I'm very happy with our play against them, but I feel like we could have won all 8. Then the New York Islanders, 6-2. I think we played them very well this regular season. We had one of our worst games of the season against them, but then we bounced straight back. Yeah, and it looks like we'll probably face them in the first round of the playoffs, which I would be very happy with that, actually. I don't want Boston. Boston really seems to get the better of us. And I feel like we can easily beat the Islanders. Then we have the Rangers, where we went 6-2. It didn't feel like that, though. I feel like we had a few hard-fought games against us. They blew us out once. We blew them out a few times, but I feel like they're one of the most dangerous opponents going into next season. So we better watch out for them. And then the Capitals, we went 6-2, but it really wasn't that. We had like some very close games. Yeah, we won a few in overtime, so it wasn't as lopsided as it seems right here. Then we have the New Jersey Devils, where we went 6-1-1. It didn't start off great. We started off like 1-2 against them, but then we won like 5 straight against them. I feel like we could have done better, but it's good nonetheless. Then the Boston Bruins, where we went 3-4 against them. I feel like I don't really see them as winning the season series because one game we absolutely got screwed by the refs, where Tanev got sent off, and then it was 2-1 when we lost, but I think it was pretty even between us and them. And then Philly, we went 3-4. I'm not happy with that record because we blew a few games that we should have had, like when we were up 3-0 against them and then lost 4-3. Like, not even getting a point in that game is disgraceful. But it's good that we got first place in despite of those 2 bad records against those teams. So yeah, that our head-to-head matchups are pretty good in this division, to be honest. I really didn't think I had faith in us before the season to get the 4th spot in the division, but I did not see us getting higher than 4th, not even 3rd. But this team really proved me wrong, especially with these injuries. I know, like Boston had injuries. Philadelphia had a weird season, where they went on COVID and then they didn't, and then it really screwed them up. Buffalo was just atrocious. I feel like the Islanders and Capitals had their best squads this season, and we still did better than them. I know Lee got injured, but like still, I really feel like we just outplayed them this season. Our stat leaders in goals, it's Crosby with 24, then Gensel with 23. I really think he like played above and beyond this season. And then Brian Rust at 22, he had another career year, which would have been a career year. And then assists, Crosby with 38, Letang with 30. And then you add Gensel with 34 assists, which is very good for him since he's usually the goal scorer. And then points overall, Crosby with 62, over a point per game. Gensel with 57, over a point per game would have been a career year for him. And then Chris Letang with 45, again Norris caliber season. I'm surprised Russ didn't have more than him, but it's alright. And then most surprising players this season. First we have Cody Ceci. I mean, all you could hear about from Toronto fans were, oh, he's awful, he's one of the worst defensemen I've ever seen. You guys got rid of Jack Johnson and just replaced him with Cody Ceci. But he has been one of our most important players, one of our most consistent players. He hasn't been out of the lineup at all, and very consistent, very good play for him. I wouldn't mind re-signing him, but don't give him too much money. Then Mike Matheson. I didn't really know much about Mike Matheson, but all I knew was his cap hit, and that's a lot of money to be paying him. But he has been very good. Up until he got injured by the puck to the face, he was one of our best defensemen and contributed offensively too. Then Jeff Carter. I thought it was a decent pickup. I didn't think he would contribute that much, but he has been on fire recently. If he continues that into the playoffs, we definitely have a really good shot at the cup. Then Frederick Gaudreau. I mean, he's a depth player, but I think he's really earned his place in the lineup over players like Evan Rodriguez, Colton Sevier, those type of players. He's been amazing with Carter so far, and I think you stick him on that line, stay that until it goes wrong, and then you can see from there. And then Kasperi Kapanen, he just brings another element of speed to this team that needed to get faster and younger. And I thought at the time a first round pick and a prospect was a bit much, but he's looking better than he could have. So there's the season review of the Pittsburgh Penguins. One of the best seasons I have watched from them in my life. I started following them, I think 2010, like right after they won the cup, because like I'm from like around Detroit, and like before that I would watch the Red Wings games, and then I just fell in love with the Penguins. So great season. Let's keep it going into the playoffs, and make sure to subscribe and like. It would mean the world to me. And peace, guys.